The Burari neighborhood stands in eerie silence. As Anika, a young journalist, arrives at the street, she pauses, looking at the abandoned house in the distance, its windows shattered and its yard overgrown with weeds. Anika adjusts her camera bag, the weight of the situation settling in. This is no ordinary story. The house in front of her holds secrets, dark and twisted, waiting to be uncovered. Her notepad in hand, she steps forward, drawn to the mystery. Anika walks cautiously down the street, her eyes flickering to the abandoned house. The sky above is dimly lit, ominous clouds gathering as dusk approaches. Around her, the bare trees stand lifeless, casting long, eerie shadows on the ground. She slows her pace, both apprehensive and intrigued by the house that seems to beckon her closer. A shiver runs down her spine, but she continues onward, determined to unravel the truth. Inside a rustic tea stall, Anika sits among a group of locals, their anxious faces illuminated by the soft glow of a flickering lantern. They share hushed, fearful stories of the cursed house, the house that has haunted the neighborhood for years. The air is thick with unease as each person speaks, their voices trembling with fear. At the far end of the table, an elderly woman gazes at Anika with an unreadable expression, her weathered face bathed in the lantern's light. The elderly woman speaks cryptically of the silent room in the house, her voice filled with a foreboding warning. Anika leans forward, captivated, her eyes never leaving the woman's face. The locals shift uneasily in their seats, exchanging nervous glances, the mention of the room bringing a visible chill to the air. Anika senses they know more than they are willing to say, but the story is too compelling to ignore. Anika steps inside the overgrown yard, the long shadows of the setting sun stretching ominously around her. She takes a deep breath, the air thick with the weight of the unknown. This is where the real story begins. The front door of the house resists at first, but with a groan, it gives way, revealing a dark and decaying interior. Dust particles swirl in the faint beam of Anika's flashlight as she steps inside. The house feels like it's holding its breath, every creak of the floorboards echoing in the stillness. The air is heavy, cold, and charged with an unsettling energy. Anika knows there's something inside, something that has been waiting for her. The dim light from Anika's flashlight reveals the house's deteriorating state. Cracked walls, overturned furniture, and dark stains mar the once livable space. A broken picture frame on the floor catches her attention, its glass scattered across the room. She steps cautiously, the floor creaking beneath her, her heartbeat quickening. Each corner seems to hold a secret, and Anika feels the oppressive weight of the house growing with every step she takes. At the foot of a dark staircase, Anika pauses. The banister is covered in cobwebs, and a faint trail of muddy footprints leads upward. She shines her flashlight on the banister, the light catching the remnants of something, someone, who's been here before. Her expression tightens, a mix of fear and determination. The decision is made. She ascends the stairs, the floorboards creaking beneath her feet, every step an echo in the silence. At the end of a hallway, Anika notices a door slightly ajar. She approaches cautiously, the faint glow of her flashlight illuminating the darkness inside. Beyond the door lies a small, dusty room, cluttered with personal belongings scattered across the floor. A diary lies open on a table, its pages glowing faintly in the dim light. The walls are lined with faded photographs, crooked and worn, adding to the room's unsettling aura. Anika steps inside, her heart pounding. The diary's pages seem to pulse with an unnatural energy as Anika picks it up. The words on the yellowed pages seem to glow under the light of her flashlight. One page, in particular, catches her attention. The chilling words, "They are here," are scribbled over and over, as if written in desperation. Anika's fingers tremble as she turns the page, a cold breeze sweeping through the room, carrying with it the whispers of a past that refuses to be forgotten. A sudden coldness fills the room, the temperature dropping sharply as Anika feels a chill crawl over her skin. Her flashlight flickers, casting long, eerie shadows on the walls. The whispers grow louder, echoing in the corners of the room. Anika's breath catches in her throat as ghostly figures begin to emerge from the shadows, their faces twisted in agony. She stands frozen in fear, clutching the diary as the room feels like it's closing in on her. The flashlight briefly illuminates the ghostly figures, twisted, translucent forms, their faces contorted in eternal torment. They move toward Anika, their hollow eyes fixated on her. Her body trembles as she realizes these figures are not mere figments of her imagination. The atmosphere grows heavier, thick with dread, as Anika struggles to move, her grip on the diary tightening as she stands frozen in place, surrounded by the spectral apparitions. One of the ghostly figures, a young boy, steps forward from the group. His pale face is hollow, his eyes dark voids. He points directly at the diary in Anika's hands, his lips moving as he whispers, "Finish it." The other figures hover in the background, their faces softening into sorrow, yet their presence remains menacing. Anika's heart races as she realizes the boy is speaking directly to her. The diary holds the key to something she has to uncover. With trembling hands, Anika begins to read aloud from the diary. Her voice echoes unnaturally in the room, her words reverberating against the walls. As she reads, the ghostly figures momentarily pause, their expressions softening. The room begins to shake, the oppressive atmosphere intensifying with every word Anika speaks. The house seems to awaken, its very foundations trembling as Anika reads aloud, trying to make sense of the haunting she's caught in. As Anika finishes reading, the diary's glow grows brighter, the ghostly figures fading into the shadows. Their anguished faces now serene, the whispers turn into a faint hum before completely dissipating. The door behind Anika creaks open, its old hinges protesting as it swings wide. Anika stumbles backward, clutching the diary tightly in her hands. Her flashlight flickers one last time before going out completely, the house falling into an unnerving silence. The spirits are gone, but the truth remains. Anika rushes out of the house, her heart racing in her chest. Behind her, the once terrifying house stands in eerie stillness. The windows are dark, and the air feels oddly calm. Anika glances back one last time, as if expecting something, but the house is silent, almost as if nothing had ever happened. It's over for now, but the house's secrets remain. The diary glows brightly, its pages flipping on their own as if guided by an unseen force. At the foot of Anika's bed, the ghostly figure of the young boy stands, his hollow eyes fixed on her as she sleeps unaware. The atmosphere is thick with dread as the boy's presence lingers in the room. The story is far from over. The house's curse is alive, and it has found its way back to Anika.